In this video, we're going to talk about how to tell if your ads are profitable. So we're going to show you how to measure, not guess, the impact your ads have on your business. And near the end of this video, I'll be giving you some actionable strategies and tactics that you can implement in your business. So by the way, I'm Greg Ranger and I help business owners increase their revenue with digital marketing, but not how you might think. So actually, before we get started, if you're looking to grow your business over the next 12 months, be sure to check out gregranger.com. Watch the short video there, and if you like what you see, fill out the form and we'll have a chat. So typically business owners come to me because they want to profitably increase their profits and their sales with digital marketing. And even though these business owners might have 5, 10, 20 years of experience, and usually they actually generate well over in the 7 figures plus in revenue, they still can't seem to get to the next level with their online marketing. So they tell me that they feel confused and overwhelmed. 15, 20 years ago, all you needed was a website. And, even then, it was not a big deal if you did not have a website. And actually, in today's world, it's vastly different. There's a lot of moving pieces for advertising, for being online, and so forth. So it can get overwhelming and confusing. And if this sounds familiar to you, you're not alone. There's a lot of business owners that do feel confused. So here's what I tell those clients is, look, I know there's conflicting messages out there. People are saying that podcast is the way to go, that email is dead, that videos are in, and things like that. So I can actually relate. There's a lot of conflicting messages out there. But if this sounds familiar, here's what I tell those business owners is that there's always one thing that works, and that is doubling on your winners. So let me say that again. With all the brouhaha and all the stuff out there, there's always one thing that works, and it's doubling down on your winners. So in your business right now, there's likely 20% of your marketing efforts that generates 80% of your revenue. So right now in your business, there's likely 20% of what you're doing in terms of marketing, advertising, promotion, content production that's generating a bulk, maybe 70, maybe 80, maybe 90% of your business. So what you want to do is you want to double down on that profitable 20%. But here's the thing. You need to be able to measure what's working or not, right? You can say, okay, let's double our ad spend, but do we know which campaign is actually generating most of the winners, right? So if you can't properly measure where their sales are coming from, you just can't double down on your winners. So here's a story. And actually, before I get into the story, again, if you're looking to grow your business over the next 12 months, be sure to check out gregranger.com. Watch a quick video there. If you like what you see, just fill out the form and we'll have a quick chat. So on to the story. I was actually rereading this book by direct marketing legend called Brian Kurtz. So here's the book. The book is called Over Deliver. And in chapter 7, he talks about a $1.8 billion company named Guthrie Ranker. So $1.8 billion company, Guthrie Ranker. And at Guthrie, basically they put a lot of emphasis on measuring results. So they knew the importance of measuring results. They were a direct marketing company in the infomercial space. So they were advertising everywhere and they needed to track all their efforts. So they had unique 1-800 numbers when they advertised on TV. They had key codes on mailing labels. They also had unique coupon codes. They had email tracking. So they knew that they needed to track their sales and per channel. So on TV, that's one channel. Email is one channel. Direct mail is another channel, right? So they knew to get to that size, to grow, they needed to track everything. So, and this book, really good. If you want to learn more about marketing, that's a book. I mean, I don't make any money off of this, but it's very insightful for business owners. But basically, the point is you need to be able to measure who your winners are, so you can actually double down on your winners. And actually, if it's good enough for $1 billion company, it's definitely good enough for most of your business or the business owners watching this. So here's actually how to measure your marketing efforts. So here are a few tips for business owners. So tip number 1 is you want to have phone tracking in place. So basically you want to have one phone number per channel. So you want to have a unique phone number on your website, one per social media page. So for example, I use a service called RingCentral for some of my clients, and on their YouTube they have a specific phone number. On their website they have a unique phone number, and let's say on the LinkedIn page they also have a unique phone number. So what that does is a service like RingCentral provides you analytics, and we can know exactly which phone number triggered, was called, and that led to a sale. So let me say that again. Let's say you have a business, you have a website, you have social media pages, you have a LinkedIn profile. You want to have that unique phone, like one phone number per profile, per page, so you know where the orders are coming from, where your new clients are coming from. And a service like RingCentral, I don't make any commission off of them. They will provide you with analytics, so you know how many times that phone number was called, for how long, and so on. So I hope that makes sense. Part of phone tracking as well is if you do run Google Ads, you can enable, there's a setting in your Google Ads that allows you to track where the phone calls will be coming from. So it's a simple feature of running Google Ads. It's built in, you just turn it on and you'll know which keyword led to which phone call, which is pretty cool. Does that make sense so far? If you have any questions, type them in the comments. And also, by the way, if you're interested in learning more about this stuff, be sure to check out gregranger.com. Essentially, you'll see a video there. If you like what you see, you can fill out the form and we'll talk. It's for business owners that are looking to grow their business over the next 12 months. So, by the way, there's another company called CallRail that also provides phone tracking services, so you might look into that one. Now, I just want to be clear, we're not recording the phone calls, we're just recording the number of calls and their duration and so on. So basically, we want to see which phone number, which channel is generated most of the business. So that's tip number 1. I know it's a big tip. Tip number 2 is to actually use a platform like Salesforce or HubSpot. So these are bigger platforms. Salesforce, is a CRM. It's a lot of stuff. But part of their offering is that they can actually measure how a client interacts with your website, with your platform. So for example, you can actually see that someone came from one of your social media profile. It might be LinkedIn, it might be Google. It actually tracks where that lead came from. And if they give you a call after, or if they fill out a form, we will see the entire path that, okay, they clicked on this page, they came from this video, and so on. So all that does is that it gives you more info to see what is working and what is not working, so you can double down again on your winners. So again, these platforms like Salesforce, HubSpot, they are expensive, but they're definitely worth the investment. So tip number 3 is to actually UTM tag your links. So tagging is a way to identify your links. It's a cheaper alternative than implementing Salesforce or HubSpot. And actually, it should be done regardless, even if you do have HubSpot or Salesforce. So again, whenever you create content and you run advertising that drives people to your website, you can tag your URL so you can identify where they're coming from. So let me just give you a concrete example. Say you create one piece of video. You create a cool video that talks about your offering or how you can help your ideal client. And that video, you distribute it in 3 different places. So you might send that video to your email list. You might put that video in a video ad on YouTube, and you might put that video on a LinkedIn business page. So again, it's that same video, it's one video, but it's tagged in 3 different ways because it's on 3 different platforms. So when you look back, you post it, and maybe a week later or a few weeks later, you can see that the traffic will be coming from different sources from that same video. So you'll be able to see that, okay, a lot of the people watched this video came from the email list. So again, this tracking will allow you to identify what's working best. So maybe if the email list is working really well, we'll be sending out more content to the email list in a video format. So hopefully that makes sense. Now, the bottom line with this is that by putting these systems in place, you'll be able to actually track and see what is working. So again, just to recap the 3 items, you want to be able to have unique phone numbers so you can track which source is generating the most calls. You might want to consider implementing a platform like Salesforce or HubSpot, and there's tons of others by all means that are much cheaper too. So you can actually track the website interactions and where are people coming from and so forth. And then something that you can do that is free is whenever you publish any content, you want to tag the links with UTM tagging. And then later on in your Google Analytics, you'll be able to see where the people are coming from. Are they coming from your email list, your YouTube, and so on? So again, I know this might seem overwhelming, and what I want you to do is just start small. Pick with one thing. The next video that you produce or the next piece of content, just tag it so you can start having some data as to what is working or not. So just pick one, start small, and start implementing. Maybe today you get 2 different phone numbers and you put a different phone number on your LinkedIn page. And again, I want to be clear with those phone numbers. They all lead to your main phone number. So they're like virtual phone numbers. So, by calling this new number, it redirects to your main phone line. So you don't need to change your processes and things like that. So again, start small. And again, the whole point here is that you want to start measuring your results, see where the sales are coming from, so you can actually double down on your winners. And again, if you are serious about growing your business over the next 12 months, head over to gregranger.com, watch the quick video there, and then there's going to be an application form. And if you like what you see, we'll set up a phone call and we'll chat. So that was it for my 3 tips. I want to thank you for watching. Type in your questions. So if you have any questions, I can either answer them live, or if you're watching this after the live video, still type in your questions and I'll answer them in the next few videos. So I'll be answering your questions in the next videos. And again, if you like this type of content, make sure to leave a comment, and share it. And again, my name is Greg Granger, and be sure to check out gregranger.com. Cheers. Have a good day.